What's going on? Make sure you check out our new sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They pay cash for smartphones and tablets. Like and share their social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, and websites in the description for a chance to win an iPhone. What you waiting on? Hurry up and get that iPhone. All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Colin Hurd said the same source that told him that Tom Brady was going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers told him that Odell Beckham Jr. wanted out of Cleveland, that he doesn't really like being there and he wants out, but he won't admit it publicly. But first, let's talk about wide receiver from Alabama, Jeudy, and his below literate Wonderlic test. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Check out our NFL playlist for more videos like this. And Jeudy scored a 9 on the Wonderlic test. I think a 10 is considered literate. So, by the Wonderlic standards, he's illiterate now. Could he just blow off the test and said F the test? Yeah. But why would you blow off a test that could determine to a certain extent how much money you get in your livelihood is a question to me. But, that just shows you, bro, that, I'm not trying to say Alabama specifically, but Alabama specifically and other schools in the SEC, they got a competitive advantage because you ain't got to be that smart to get in. For a guy to score that low on the Wonderlic test, they should have made him redo it. And if he didn't pass it, then we need a full-blown investigation on how did he pass his classes at Alabama for 3 years. We need to know an investigation on how did he pass the ACT or the SAT. That should start a full-blown investigation. How can somebody illiterate even make it to college? Did they forge his grades? And it goes on in college all the time. Did his high school transcripts get forged? Did they change the letter grade because of his ability and his talent? Because if he's truly illiterate, you can bank on he's going to be one to go broke quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't know the kid. Know he's from Florida. But that should really blow people's mind. Any player in the NFL that spent 3 years at college and you score you scoring a test that says you're illiterate, we need a retest. Maybe he didn't take it serious. Maybe people say, it doesn't matter as long as you know how to read X's and O's. And no, we need the investigation on how did this dude make it this far. That's my number one concern. How did he go to college this far? Because I'm telling you, man, something ain't right about some of the schools in the SEC, like what Nick Saban is running and some of the other college coaches down there is running. You ain't got to be smart to get in a lot of those colleges. That's why the SEC got the edge over colleges out east and colleges out west and colleges up north. They standards suck. But he's a wonderful football player. But personally, would I look into the Wonderlic test as a receiver that much? Well, hey, I put him on the board with X's and O's and he can retain information, he can remember routes, he can remember, audibles, he can remember the plays, he can remember, read defenses and all that, then I really don't have an issue with it from a coaching standpoint. But if he got issues retaining, recalling plays on the board, yeah, he dropping. I gotta have a quarterback tell him what route he gotta run every time. That's a problem. But if he football literate, that's the only thing that matter. But the problem with him not being that smart, is he gonna have issues off the field. He gonna be a part of Ponzi schemes and bad investment schemes, and accountants and agents gonna take advantage of him. So at the end of the day, man, people just think that part of football is just knowing football and being able to do X's and O's. But also, what you know and what you do off the field affects your performance on the field. So it depends. If you have any character issues, mixed with this is going to drop him. If he's a good person and he can retain football plays and he football literate, it ain't going to matter to draft him. But to score a 9 on the Wonderlic and be considered illiterate is mind-blowing to somebody that's going to a school like Alabama. How did he get in there? Just tell me, how did he get in there? How? It's $1 million question, but we'll see. Does this give CeeDee Lamb the edge? Does it give another receiver the edge? Does it give Henry Ruggs the edge? It's already talk about Jeudy not being able to play on the outside. He may be predominantly a slot receiver. And we all know slot receivers are pretty much starters in the league this year. But you want versatility. You want a guy to play out on the outside. You want guys to play on the inside. So it depends on what the team is looking at. I see some mock drafts where Henry Ruggs is starting to pass him up. CD Lamb is starting to pass him up. So maybe the reason he's starting to get passed up the board is not just his inability or people questioning his ability to play on the outside. Great route runner, good hands, good speed, come in and out of cuts the right way. Maybe the issue is he ain't smart enough. But maybe he didn't take the test seriously. Maybe he don't do well on standardized tests. We know a lot of people don't, but be considered illiterate is mind-blowing. Now, this would be a bigger issue if it was a quarterback. So, let's talk about Odell, okay? It sounds to me like Odell was the one that started the fake rumors that he was going to Minnesota for a 2 and a 5. His mom, went to school or stayed in Minnesota for a amount of time. He'd rather play in Minnesota than Cleveland. He don't like being in Cleveland, they said. He don't like the living arrangements and stuff of that nature. And for a guy who's absolutely done jack crap in his league, hasn't won a playoff game, couldn't catch a ball out in Green Bay that year, and was the reason they lost after going on a boat trip, who's more attention than skill, people still sit here and say, oh, Odell's a great receiver. Where? Where has he had a great moment? Deebo Samuels is a more proven receiver in the playoffs than Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham went to the playoffs and dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? People talking about, the talent is there. Where's the talent showed up other than regular season? When has he played a full 16? I mean, maybe he played it this year, but he hadn't really played 16 games. DeAndre Hopkins had a bad quarterback and still caught the ball. Odell Beckham don't have a quarterback. He don't have an impact. So him never wanted to be in Cleveland, they should get rid of him. They should never trade for him. They should have talked to him. You want to come here? No, I don't want to come here. Then we don't need you. For somebody that's trying to demand, where he play at and where he don't play at, he don't have enough skills. You know what I'm saying? He don't have enough skill. He don't have enough clout. He's not Antonio Brown. He's not DeAndre Hopkins. He's not Michael Thomas. He a guy that caught the ball, had some good one-handed grabs. That's it. That's his claim to fame. His hair. He may not be one of the 10 best receivers in the league. You know what I'm saying? He may or may not be. But to me, he's way overrated. It's a lot more quieter receivers. It's a lot more disciplined receivers that's better than Odell. Odell got to win something. Odell got to do something. Odell got to make it to the playoffs and make an impact. He talent, don't get me wrong, but him not wanting to be in Cleveland. You in Cleveland for what? You have to be there in probably July for training camp, maybe a few OTAs and fly in and fly out. Talking about he was emotionally, wrecked when whatever they said when he left the New York Giants. Why you sit there and throw Eli Manning under the bus in the Lil Wayne interview? You go to Cleveland. What's the worst thing in the world? It's cold. It's snowing. You there to play football, man. You there to play football. But it sounded like Odell Beckham Jr., his team, started those fake trade rumors to Minnesota to get the ball rolling. That's one of the destinations to go. He's seen Stephon Diggs lead there. Hey, they need me a 2 and a 5. Let's do it. It sounded like he started the fake rumors. I don't want to be in Cleveland. I don't want to play with Baker. Like, they should legitimately trade him. They didn't trade nothing away from him. You might can get away with trading him and still getting a guy like Ferguson from LSU. Whatever the receiver's name is. Minnesota wouldn't even want them problems, bro. You just got rid of Stephon Diggs. Kirk Cousins can't get Odell Beckham Jr. the ball. He might have a better chance of getting the ball on a consistent basis with Kevin Stefanowski and with Baker Mayfield than he doing in motherfucking Minnesota. But I can't stand this dude, bro. This dude is the ultimate mook. He's the ultimate itch. You know what I'm saying? He's the ultimate punk. Everything that's wrong with football is basically Odell Beckham, bro. He's so immature. Had he done some things and won a playoff game and made some big catches in the playoff, had won the Super Bowl, then maybe he get the clout. But to be acting like this, you ain't no Terrell Owens. You ain't no Antonio Brown. You know what I'm saying? No. Straight on him, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget to check out our NFL Talk playlist. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to me at those social media sites. The link in the description. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the support. Want to make a donation? Cash App, PayPal in the description. And let me know what you guys think about Jeudy being illiterate due to via the Wonderlic test, and what you guys think about Odell Beckham Jr. trying to get his way out of Cleveland and make up fake trade rumors to get out of Cleveland to get to Minnesota. And where do you guys think you want to see Odell Beckham go if he does get traded from Cleveland? One time we gone.